Good morning. First, I'm going to say I'm breathing. The second I'm going to say is that, okay, my shoulders are now relaxed. Because this morning was, how would I describe my morning? Frantic with small bursts of panic. That'd be a good way to describe it. Woke up this morning and could not find my wallet. So, trying to stay positive during the whole thing. It's like, okay, I've got a list of all my credit cards. Where was I at? Where's the last place? Eating my breakfast, running around, looking at every spot I sat in the last 5 days. I found it. It fell out of my pants and went under the bed, which I found after the second time of looking under the bed. And that just really reminds me why it's good for me to just come in here, close the door, and give myself the few minutes. So I listen to the cards. To me, they're kind of like waves. And it reminds me to take that breath. When I do, I let my shoulders droop and just relax. And at least for the next few minutes, I can breathe. So, today, let's see what the universe has for us. See if there's any issues we should watch out for, any defects of character that might get in our way. Clues, hints. Lessons to be learned. The tarot really is like a book or an alphabet. It's like each card spells out something different every single time. I am absolutely amazed. Still to this day, I've mentioned before, remembering to find the magic in the ordinary. It's like if you do this every day, it just becomes ordinary. It's like sometimes I have to remember, it's like, wow. It's like every time I do this, I really do get something from it. Okay, so let's see what we have. Good morning. So, taking that breath. I'm going to make my 3 stacks. And each one of these is a thread going out to the universe. And based on which thread we pull is the conversation we'll carry with us going forward. So, today is Tuesday. Let's see what's right here on the surface. Sometimes it's the obvious stuff that we just don't see. So I'm going to do my 3-in-1. And I'll flip each card over one at a time. And just kind of do a stream of consciousness. See where things go. And I'll read the story as I'm going along. And I may think I know where everything's going until I hit that last card. And that can just change the whole dynamic. So, let's see what we have today. The 2 of Swords reversed. So 2's about making a decision with the swords. 2 ideas, 2 thoughts. Maybe not having enough information. Maybe choosing to be blind to the facts. Okay. And the Queen of Wands. So she is the energy. She is the fire. She is the inspiration. She is that creative spark when we need something, when we need to get something done and we need to do something creative. She has the emotion and the passion that goes with the fire and the energy. And she's looking over to the right. So let's see what she's looking at. Well, this is kind of like how we had yesterday with the 2 uprights. I mean, with the 2 reversed and the upright in the middle. And I always see that as being kind of like scales where things are being balanced. It's like, what's the push and pull here that maybe she's judging over? Because here we have the Ace of Pentacles, and that is about new prospects. That is about starting something. But we can see it's being balanced by an indecision. So this is a struggle about making a decision, and it needs to be weighed by the Queen of Wands. And queens, the court cards themselves, as I always say, could either be a person we know, could be ourselves, could be a situation. But she is kind of looking over here to the right. Notice we're being judged by this cat. You know, don't think the queen's not paying attention. I always thought that cat was kind of judging. So what is it that we have this indecision about? I'm going to flip over the advice card. So there's a strong need to start something new, to start over. You know, aces are about relationship. I'm sorry, the cups are about relationships and feelings. And so it's mirroring the Queen of Wands. So as we sit here and look at this, it's like the Queen of Wands is looking into this pond and seeing this image. So what is it that the Queen of Wands is seeing? Except for the fact that there's an emotional change that needs to happen. And she's kind of the guide for it, because she's really strong. She's somebody that we would trust and lean on. But it's a hard decision. Good morning, Lemix. Oh, Lexmix. Lexmix. Try and pronounce that right? Good morning. And this spread is kind of making me feel sad, in the sense that it's a decision that we can't make. But we have the support of the Queen here in the middle. Sometimes we blind ourselves to the truth. And good morning, Mary Doll. But sometimes we blind ourselves to the truth. And the Queen, she knows that we know. She's kind of even looking at us to the side as she's got her head turned to the future. We know that, you know, we have fears that may go with it, maybe financial fears, could be health fears, because coins could be about health also. Could be health or finances. But it's the Ace of Cups that's reversed, which means that we're suppressing feelings. So the spread is asking us to take a look at what are we avoiding? What is the truths that we're not seeing? What are the fears that go with it? And since this is the advice card, what this is really asking us to do is turn this card around and find that trust of the Queen of Wands. It may, you know, we may be blinding ourselves, and sometimes it's easier just to do nothing. But we know that we pay for it in the long run. Right? So this is about trusting, getting that little bit of trust, that little bit of hope, you know, that says, you know what? it's going to work out regardless. We may not want to make this decision. It may put us into some type of a situation, like financial situation. But you know what? It's a start we need to make. It's a good start. It would be a good start. So what is it that we're avoiding? We're choosing not to see? Could be the obvious. Again, the Queen's just looking at us like, it's obvious and you know it. And she's also saying, look at this at the same direction she is. Again, she is that mirror. She's looking at the cup like this. And it does look like it's in the water, like it's a reflection for her. But we're standing on the other side of the bank and we can't see the truth. Do you know what I mean? She's seeing the cup and she's seeing that this is a good thing. But we're on the other side and we see it upside down and we can't see it for what it really is. So maybe, again, it's a person, it's us, situation. But we need to make that decision. So today I'm going to kind of just take a few minutes to breathe. Think about some of the obvious things that I'm avoiding. Decisions I don't want to make. Things that I'm holding back on. Because I know that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be, you know, it might even be taking a step back, according to this. But I need to use the advice of the Queen and just find that positive. Because I may not make a gain financially, maybe. But emotionally, I will. And that's what this is saying. Really is about perspective. She sees what we don't. So with that, let's see. And can you make a collective spread to see what is in my head? Well, I tell you what, go hang out at the Facebook page, the MyTarot Facebook page, which if you go to MyTarot.org, you'll see a link to the Facebook page and to the YouTube page and all that stuff. And that's where I hang out, and people that post, give advice, help out, I'll even give free readings too. So otherwise, go to the MyTarot.org and it's got my contact information. So with that, I hope everybody here has an amazing day, an amazing rest of their week. And I will be back here tomorrow at 7:15. I'm going to keep an eye on my wallet here, make sure that I don't lose it again. And I'm going to take some extra breaths so I don't take that little panic situation with me to work today. So, thank you all again and take care.